Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. So it's finally time to start reassembling the truck. So the other evening I actually rolled the truck outside, get the pressure washer going, pressure wash the whole thing, just kind of trying to clean a lot of this loose crud up. Next day vacuumed it out again and we gave her a good spray bomb job. So spray painted the whole inside, the whole cage. I already had most of the cage already painted, but just throwing another coat on there, and it's nothing special. It's just a coat of paint to kind of keep things halfway decent and make it look a little bit better. But needless to say, we are ready to start putting this thing back together. So as you guys can see, here is my beautiful spray bomb job. Yeah, it's just spray painted. I didn't sand everything down and get too technical with it. Just wanted to get a coat of paint on there, make everything look a little bit more harmonious, if you will, and try and cover up all of our bare sheet metal. But yeah, and one thing to note, I was commenting before on my patch jobs, how I MIG welded all that. Surprisingly, it held water. I was very surprised. I figured there'd be little pits and holes all throughout it. So we have some good welds there. Not that it really matters, it's just the floor. So anyway, guys, like I said, we're going to start reassembling the truck. So where are we going to start? We're going to start in the cab here because we do have to mount our Kirky seat. So my plan of attack is kind of get our steering wheel and our pedals and our brake booster in over here. Try and get that all sorted out, figure out where we're going to put the seat, maybe run some brake lines, just kind of get this thing all sorted back out and just start on one little task and keep moving progressively forward. We should be bringing the Freedom Racing engine home here shortly, so we can stuff that in the truck. We have a lot of other parts and stuff we still need to source. We got a lot of stuff in the house that we need to put on the truck. But anyway, guys, that's where we're going to start. Like I said, kind of get the cockpit going, maybe some brake lines, and just move on from there and see where we get. So let the reassembly begin. Well guys, it is the following day. So last night our reassembly process started for the race truck and we actually hit our first snafu. So what all did we get accomplished last night and what was our first snafu? So we got our steering wheel in, we got our pedals all installed, that's all bolted up nice and tight. Our shift lever has been removed because we're not going to need that anymore. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. And also our turn signal apparatus. Because, well, we don't have any turn signals, we don't need that. So after that, I started kind of over here on the master cylinder and all that, started running our brake lines, putting all the factory stuff back in, and that's where we hit our first snafu. Now, I say snafu, but this is one of the things that we knew we were going to hit a lot of speed bumps of stuff we didn't realize that we needed to worry about. Well, this is the first one of those, and that is actually this ABS control module. So this is actually what controls the anti-lock braking system for this truck, originally I should say. But considering we're going to a full standalone, we're not going to need this because it's all computer controlled. So originally I was thinking about just putting this block here and making a mounting bracket. There are holes on the side. It used to get mounted to the battery tray that was here, but we're going to be relocating the battery. So I was just going to make a little bracket and run all the factory lines. Figured we'd deal with that later. Well, with the current state of affairs of the truck, you know what, let's just do it right. So today I ordered some parts. We have parts on the way for that. They should be here in a couple days. Probably going to have to do some flaring, maybe get some adapters for our brake lines, so on and so forth. So that was kind of the end of the night last night. Not really much to show you guys, but I decided to stop because I got into looking at that, like, hey, what do I need, you know, all this. So we got a new proportioning valve coming. So what can we do now? So we can actually finish running our brake lines because we're gonna kind of run everything to the factory stuff, factory junction blocks and all that, like is down here, and run all of our factory lines. But also, with the seat installed and all that, we can mount our Kirky. So I have the Kirky sitting in there where I like it. I can reach the steering wheel just fine. Like I said, we're gonna run the factory steering wheel right now. Eventually we'll change that out for something removable. But this does still tilt, so that's good. We will have to space our throttle pedal up a little bit because it does sit back a little far, but that's not a big deal. It's 2 volts, we can make a spacer bracket. No big deal there. The brake pedal I reached just fine, but we can also make something there if we have to. Not a big deal, but then we can mount the Kirky right where we got it, as far back in the cage as possible to give me enough room, or as much room for entry and exit of the cab of the truck as possible. So that's what we're going to work on. We're going to get the Kirky firmly planted in there using our tabs from our Speedway Motors kit. So I'm going to take these tabs, and where I have to on the driver's side here, we'll just carve them out so they fit our 1 5/8" tube. Then we'll move on to the other side. We'll get everything kind of tacked up, make sure we like it, weld the thing solid, and we'll be done with the Kirky. We can actually lose the seat cover for now because, you know, with all the stuff we're going to be doing, no need to be getting it dirty. But yeah, that'll be just another thing. It'll start looking like a truck more and more as we progress. So hit a little snafu, we're pivoting and moving on to something else. Well, our seat is mounted, our Kirky is in place, it's nice and solid. I'm very happy with the results here. I first got it in, got everything tacked up, and I didn't like how it was sitting, and I had it a little bit cocked, so broke the tabs off, re-welded everything, set everything where I wanted it, and yeah, this is perfect. I think we're sitting good within our funny car cage. When we'll be driving, I'm thrilled. This thing is solid. Couldn't be happier. So we need a couple shorter bolts. We need to paint our areas that we just welded, and then we can get back to some more fabricating. So like I said, guys, all of our tabs are welded. We just need some shorter bolts on a couple of these, but I'm very happy with how it is. We actually have 1/2-inch bolts because that's what the holes in the tabs already were, which is actually bigger than what it calls for. I think it calls for like a 3/8 bolt. So we're good there. I mean, this thing is nice and solid. Now we do need to put like a back support back here coming off of the cage. Basically we'll come out with like a piece of tube and either wrap it around or just come out with a piece of tube and a piece of like flat bar across the back there. Other than that, the seat is in. Like I said, also we have to paint down here, so I'll pull the seat back out. But we also need to put our bar, for our strap for our 5-point harness in, and whatever tabs we need to mount our 5-point harness. I'm not 100% sure what that all calls for, as I've never done that. But yeah, I'm just thrilled with how that thing turned out. It certainly looks good in there, that's for sure. Very happy with that result. So anyway, guys, this is going to be how this project is going to go from here on out. We're going to start something, and if we have to pivot onto something else, we will. Like we started last night with our brakes, and then we had to pivot into doing the seat tonight, which is fine. We can keep moving. We have plenty to do, but I'm just stoked. We got the seat in there. The thing's starting to look like a cockpit finally. Yeah, thrilled. Oh, I also got the transfer case shift lever in too. Not that that's a big deal. But anyway, guys, we're making progress. The reassembly has begun. I'm stoked. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the Kirky. I think that thing looks good in there. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Get out in your garage. Get the wrenching on your truck.